Welcome, fellow Uplanders. This is City Pigeon, one of the executive players now in Upland. If this is your first time watching my videos, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of them. If you're first time playing Upland, there's a code right here in the description. Use that for a special first time bonus. As always, do not skip or fast forward. Watch the entire video so you do not miss anything. So this video is going to be about selling properties. This is the 5 biggest mistakes you can make when going to sell a property. One of the first things that you should always do when selling and buying properties that you're going to try to sell is collect your rewards right here. You'll notice sometimes you buy a property and this goes up because the person you bought that property from did not collect their rewards. So since they didn't collect the rewards and you bought it, it goes with that property and transfers to the new owner. So you want to collect that. If I click on that, you're going to see this is for 23110 131st Street in Queens. This is a property that I bought that I'm going to list for sale and sacrifice this for informational purposes of the video. We'll get to how it gets sacrificed later. So collecting those rewards is the number one mistake. Not the biggest mistake, but the first mistake we're going to talk about. I've already taken this property and put it into my spreadsheet. Now, my spreadsheet, I have a video on this, is all my properties listed. You can go to the video, which I'm going to put, which will be right up in one of these areas where you can watch that video, learn about it, get this spreadsheet for you to use to make your Upland experience with properties much easier. So as you can see, I have the same address here as here. And if we look up right here, refresh this, recently changed, you're going to see that this same address on, today's the 12th, which my favorite thing to do here is show you it is 9:35 p.m. in New Orleans where we are located. We'll get rid of this one and we go back to our property. So in order to get to our property the easiest way, since it's in my list right here, I'm going to copy the address there and send to it. And we're going to go to it. Now, while we're going across the country to there, using this sheet is going to help you with the second most problems that a lot of people do. They'll come in, they'll click on this, and if you have never listed a property, you just click sell. It's going to ask you want to sell in UPX or USD. Right now I'm collecting UPX because I'm trying to build my UPX that's my gameplay right now. You have the option to sell it to allow offers for UPX and property. So if someone could give you a trade, someone can say, hey, I know you have this listed at this price, but I'm going to offer you this. Will you accept it? That is the decision on what you want to do. I like to get what I ask for, so I take those off. So you're going to say, what is the second problem? Is listing too high? People, you have to understand, just because you bought this property for 5,000 UPX and it's in Queens and you go in to sell it, you can't go, man, you know what? I want to make some money on this. I'm going to sell this at 50,000 and I'm going to offer it for sale. Man, look at the money I'm going to make on that. It's successfully sold. It says it's on sale. It says it's by me. If someone buys this, I get 50,000 up. Well, it sells for 50,000. Upland gets their percentage of 5%, and I'm going to get 47,500. Ooh, that's a great deal. I can't wait to sell this property. Now, if you're not in Upland, if you're not, you'll only see it as blue, but other people will see it as green, like this, which means for sale. We didn't collect our UPIC, so we're going to go ahead and collect. Boom. Which we should have done. I've talked about it, but I didn't do it. But I know right now, nobody's going to buy that property for that price. And if we come in here and we refresh, and look at last changed, all of a sudden this property is now 700% markup. I mean, there's nothing special about this property. There's still unminted properties around. Yeah, they're FSA. It's not in a collection. There's no reason to put properties that high, people. So you need to get in with the fair market of your neighborhood, wherever you are, and get it to where it needs to be. So don't list it too high, people. Now we're going to go ahead and flip this on the other end that a lot of people make mistakes on. They list it too low. So we bought this property for $51.35 at 68%. And without doing the right math and figuring it out, which we're going to do in just a second, but this is where sacrificing the property is going to come in. We're going to go up here. We're going to see we're at 796, 780. And you go in and you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to sell this property. And you're like, oh, I paid $48.9 for it, which really you paid $51.35 because you're going to pay your fees. But Upland is only going to show you your purchase price, not the price that you actually paid for it. On UPLAND right here, it will show you what you paid for it. So just for showing y'all right here, we're going to go ahead and sell this. This is going to kill me to do this. But it says we bought this for $51.35. Do a little quick calculation. If we add 10%, that's $5,600. That way I don't take a complete loss on this. We're going to offer this at $58, which you're like, oh, I'm going to make a little bit on that. So here you go. Listed at $5,800. Offer for sale. We're going to get $55.10. And if we count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, it's not that low then. But there you go. The bot's got it. That's what happens. You saw that jumped. It hit the blockchain. A bot saw the price it was at and snapped it up quicker than what any human being can. You don't pay attention, you just lost. I made just a little bit on it, but I didn't make what I should have made on this property since a bot picked it up. So first thing is not collecting your rewards. Second is too high. Third is too low. The fourth thing is because you didn't do your diligence. You didn't check. You need to check and see what the market is. So we listed that for $5,800, which means it listed what they saw was an 81%. And UPIC's 81% is extremely low. I made a profit of $55 No, from what it sold after that was 5510. I actually only made 375 UPIX on the sale of that property. Um, as you can see, I'm normally making higher than that. These are some sales I had from yesterday, just about 40%. I bought it at 65, sold it at 100%, and made 40% on that. Let me fix this over here. On that, and it sold the same day. It's better than what you can do from buying UPIX. So one of the things you want to do is using UPLAND. We know we're selling here in Queens. You want to come in and hit for sale for UPIX. The first thing you want to check for is under markup. What is the markup? Right now you can click this, you can go higher or lower. So the bottom markup for properties is at 97%. That's the lowest people are selling properties in Queens is 97%. So since we listed that at, what was it? It was 81%. That's extremely low. That's going to be sold in a week for cash. You watch. You look in a week, it will be there. Someone's selling it for cash at a 60% USD. And they're going to be happy with that. So going in, and you see 97. Now you can also come in here and you can look at sale price and look at like what the lowest sale price is and markup as 123. If you have a very low property, you could sit right there around the 120 and 120s if you're in this price range of mint. If you have a property that's worth 15,000 mint, you're not going to show up in this list. So you're just gonna be off. The best thing to do is just look at your markup, search, and try to be no less than this by just a little bit if you want to sell it quick, and you don't want to be too high either. If you somewhere in here, you'll see. Do I have what other property I had up in here? I got one listed in Queens at 97%. So that first property at 97%, that's my property. I keep saying 97. I have the lowest, so that way I'm first on the list when people are looking. That way I sell them quickly. I'm not looking to sit on properties to make the most. You can, but it's not going to instantly sell, and that's what you don't want to happen, like we showed in that sacrifice of that property. So doing your homework or checking your market before you sell is the easiest way to avoid mistake number 2 and 3. Now, the last thing that you can do is double checking before you sell. I've made this mistake where, let's come up here, let's go up in Detroit. No, it's in Chicago. I have a bunch of properties for sale right now. So these are all the properties I have for sale in Chicago. I'm testing some at 110, 105, 99%. You'll see that they're over here. And I'm reading, and I wind up looking at this price right here. It's supposed to be 11 something. And then I have one that's right under it that's at 7,000. And I accidentally put the wrong one in because I didn't go back and double check by just taking right here, highlighting it and going, okay, I know that's that property with that price. If you're doing it on pen and paper, that's the easiest way. If you're just making sure your numbers are right. Now we're going to go back down to Queens, and we're going to show with this sheet that you can get. If I would have properly done this with this property, we're going to copy this, erase this, I can go in and go, before I even attempt and think about prices, um, listing, in case I did list it too low. With this, I can go, all right, let's say I bought it for 75. I know I want to make about 75 somewhere. So you can start right there and go 6,800. This can tell me, ooh, so this is what I'll actually get if I list it for 68. That'll be my profit. That'll be my profit percentage. And this is what it'll show at 95% on UPLAND. If I'm like, oh, you know what, I want 97%, I can just keep playing with my numbers right here. It goes 6,900. All right, 6,940. So 6,940 is right about there. 6,930, 6,935 has me rated about 97%. So that's what I should have listed it for. I would have realistically sold it, made 28%, and not had to go to a bot. So these are mistakes that you can make selling properties that you want to avoid. If you want to make the most with your properties, go over it. Make sure you're not selling too high because you're never going to sell it. Don't sell it too low because you saw exactly what happens when you sell it too low. You missed out. Um, Doing your homework before you even list it to make sure you're getting it where it needs to be, so that way you're getting the maximum in reality of what you can get for your property. And then double checking before you list to make sure you didn't put in the wrong, because I've done it. And oh, it hurts when you look at it and you're like, why'd that sell immediately? And you go back and you're like, oh, face plant, I messed up with the wrong one. So I hope this video helps you understand about selling properties for the best possible. That's it in a nutshell. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about it. That property sold. Boom. I mean, it was quick and easy. Gone. And somebody's giving us an offer. We're going to check that out. Y'all have a good one. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, anything below.